Okay, y'all, we back again with another comic book talk. Whew, this video might be uploaded after Christmas because when I do these types of videos, it tends to take a lot of editing for me to do because I have to bring up the information, the comments, and all of that. Even though I know it off the top of my head, I know most of my subscriber base are females between the ages of 35 and 50, so y'all might be familiar with Storm, but y'all not necessarily familiar with Vixen, Black Rumba, and other characters of the African diaspora within comic books that have not, gotten a full shine. So I'm bringing all these comic book characters up to bring back, here we go again, Alexandra Shipp. Now y'all know my feelings when it concerns colorism and comic book character that I've grew up loving. Now, obviously, I'm not your average girl, honey. Other children my age grew up loving Batman, Superman. I didn't like either. I was part of the girl team even when I was a child. I told y'all since I was 6 years old, my character that I looked up to was the one person who looked like me. When I looked at her, she had my dream hair color. She was platinum blonde, nice chocolate skin tone just like me with very golden undertones, slender nose, high cheekbones. So y'all already know who I'm talking about. My girl Storm. So, looking at Storm, and then seeing how she's been portrayed all these years is, pretty much appalling. And now that Fox News has been brought out by Disney, I am now hopeful that darn on Alexandra Shipp will be on the chopping block with her smart mouthed darn on ass. Cause you can't tell me she ain't, why she darn on low key sucking dicks for Rose to get these darn on parts, because she's too new to the darn on scene to darn on be this darn on bold and mouthy. And darn going just darn on flip it where she can just say, I don't care about black people like that, that's dark skin. I'm darn on worried about my bottom line. That's pretty much what she said with them tweets. She pretty much said on Twitter that she didn't care what people said about her taking roles. That if it's for her, it's for her. Despite the fact that Storm is a notoriously known dark-skinned character who is closer to my skin tone and closer to my ethnic background than darn on somebody's bi. And not only is she biracial, but it's the fact that she is so light-skinned and racially ambiguous. That's what I don't get. And it's the blatant discrimination with Fox, because it is no way you can darn go even say this is a casting mistake. Because now, granted, they do mess up with white actresses, because Jennifer Lawrence, I don't understand. Like I said, Fox just dropped the ball all over the place. They darn going, got Jennifer Lawrence playing darn going Mystique, and she don't know no martial arts skills. It's somebody who knows martial arts, who is at least a first or second degree black belt, pretty much a stunt double should be darn going. A stunts person should be playing Mystique, because she is the mutant that's known for her fighting skills more than anything. Yes, she's a shapeshifter, but she's known for being a hand-to-hand combatant. So I don't understand why Jennifer Lawrence was casted. But then again, looking at Fox News, and they infatuated with blonde-haired people. Specifically blonde-haired white people, because nice chocolate blonde girls don't last long. Even light-skinned ones, Stacey Trash, as soon as her cooning and shucking and jiving was done, you see how they darn on did to the left with her behind. But darn on Tommy Lauren is over there now, still spewing her rhetoric and hatred. Who else? Elizabeth Hasselbeck over there. Now, I actually like Elizabeth Hasselbeck, but the fact she's over there with the Fox and Friends crew, I think she left. But the fact that she's over there, so they have an infatuation with blondes. That's white. Even if the role for them is not white. But in their mind, since they are part of the alt-right, anything they say goes. To the point where they can keep casting biracial people, and you can't tell me that this is not being done on purpose. Because people say, oh, it might be a casting. Okay, how do you go to the polar opposite end of the spectrum? I want to show y'all how Fox is doing this on purpose. Because being a fan of Storm, this is something that nobody has ever told y'all. Now, I do look at other people. I did see Chrissy's video last night, and obviously she's not a comic book fan because she's focusing on the skin tone. But I noticed other factors of where they are purposely miscasting during on Storm. Because first of all, let me Google search Alexandra Shipp's height right quick, so I'm not misquoting it or anything. Now, I want to say Halle Berry is about 5'3". Halle Berry height. Okay, Halle Berry's 5'5". Okay, still petite. Anybody under 5'5" is considered petite. Okay, Alexandra Shipp's height. Okay, Alexandra Shipp is 5'6". Now, both of them are still rather petite, right? And both of them are pretty much straight up and down. Now, Halle Berry was known to have a little bit more abs, but she never showed them in the comic. I mean, on the movie set. And Alexandra Shipp is just straight up and down. Now, Storm supposed to be 5'10". 5'10", curvy, athletic build. So if you was going to have a light-skinned person play Storm, why not have Tyra Banks versus darn on Alexandra Shipp or Halle Berry? Now, and this goes to show it doesn't matter how great the acting skills is, because you can have somebody as phenomenal of an actress as darn on Halle Berry, who's a legend in the game. And if the role is wrong, the role is wrong, because she's been miscast not once but twice. And I'm going to get into Halle Berry in a moment. But Alexandra Shipp was just appalling, because it's like they got rid of Halle Berry and they said, you know what, we got something for that ass. We're not going to go darker, but we're going to actually go lighter. So by the time Halle Berry finished up with the stint of Storm, and you done heard the clear outcries and darn going telling y'all about Storm's character, y'all still decided to go lighter, more biracially, because darn going Alexandra Shipp is half white. She's not racially bigoted, she's just straight up white. She's able to play Cyclops more than she is able to play Storm. She's darn going straight up and down. Don't got none of the features of Storm. Don't got the mannerism of Storm. Yet you sitting up on Twitter talking about you don't care, it's about the money. And you wonder why dark-skinned black women don't consider you having their best interests at heart. But you sitting on Twitter pretty much saying you don't give a damn about black people when it comes to darn on taking roles. And Zoe Saldana is the same thing, because she darn on got in that afro wig, got that spray tan on to play darn on Nina Simone, when Nina Simone supposed to be played by somebody like India.Arie. Now, I understand that several other people wasn't able to play her, but India.Arie said she was available. Now, with this recast going on, and I'm so glad that DC is fixing to put darn on smart mouth Alexandra Shipp on the chopping block. So there's no dicks that she can suck at darn on Disney that is going to keep her that job while she's running her mouth. Because, and also, I do not want to see, if Alexandra Shipp comes out talking about she's been molested or anything, I'm going to give the biggest eye roll. I'm going to give the biggest eye roll, because she came on the scene allegedly being a hoe. Because how in the world you go from getting your first movie debut in the darn going remake of Drumline, then you jumped up to darn on Wendell Williams Productions. And once again, she has a history of darn on doing this. Because she played Wendy Williams with being messy. Because Wendy Williams is not only a director, not known to be a director, but she's known to be a darn on radio host who's actually reviewed darn on Aaliyah when she was alive. You reviewed all the darn on celebrities. You're on a talk show known for hot topics. And how in the world you decided to cast Alexandra Shipp to be darn on somebody who is just a couple shades lighter than me. Now, granted, that darn gone, she's about 4 or 5 shades lighter than me. Rest in peace. However, how do you cast somebody who's biracial to play a light-skinned black? Now, it would work out if she was within the facility of it. Like, if she was biracial, but she was like Shamar Moore's skin tone, I can see how that worked. Because Shamar Moore is half white, but he's darn gone brown skin. I wouldn't even really consider Shamar to be light-skinned, even though he's biracial. But you got somebody who's darn on Mariah Carey's skin tone playing a darn on actress who is supposed to be closer to Beyonce's skin tone, who don't have no singing talent at all. Same thing with Zoe Saldana. So I don't get what Hollywood is darn on doing. So I'm just glad that it ain't no dicks over there at Disney that she can suck for the darn on role. And like I said, if she comes out talking about she being molested, I'm going to give the biggest eye roll. Because she darn on went over to Wendy Williams production, and then all of a sudden we hear she's playing darn on Storm. And Storm once again is owned by Fox. Fox, which is notoriously known for their darn on sexual accusations, which caused them to go bankrupt, which is why they had to sell out the darn on Disney. And then somebody who's just known for darn on 2 movie roles end up getting a darn on big break and end up playing a character that is known worldwide, known as Storm. Even though you are short, Storm is tall. Storm is darn on chocolate like myself. You is darn on porcelain. You don't have none of the mannerisms of Storm. Yet you still got the role. Like I said, if I had to hire a light-skinned person to play Storm, I would have hired Tyra Banks. And here's a side-by-side comparison to see how these, like I said, I would have darn on put darn on Tyra Banks in that role before I would have put darn on Alexandra Shipp. So, yeah, y'all tell me y'all thoughts on this. Whew. Darn, I done drunk up all my darn on soda. So now we're going to go into a second part of this thing. Now we done got Alexandra Shipp out the way with this and addressing how Fox is doing this on purpose. If you, it's not like it's just a coincidence that you keep hiring biracial people. Because how do you go to the polar opposite end of the spectrum? How do you hire somebody who not only don't fit the skin tone requirement, but don't fit the height requirement, don't fit the physicality of Storm, don't fit the mannerism and personality of Storm at all? Is not a hand-to-hand combatant. So y'all didn't even read the comments to see that Storm is also another woman who is also notoriously known for hand-to-hand combat. She don't even have to use her powers half the time. You don't even accurately display the powers that Storm can darn on do. Y'all make it seem like she's able to just control the local weather instead of darn on being able to summon up tornadoes anywhere from around the world. This woman can darn on cause an apocalypse within her own self, but y'all keep making her seem like she's just a mere darn on local weather witch more than anything. Y'all don't even talk about darn on Storm's past history of being a descendant of darn on witch priestesses. Y'all ain't even create a storyline for that. Y'all darn on talking about creating a darn on movie, a Gambit, but darn on don't go to Storm. So this is the blatant racism that we keep seeing from Fox, which is why I'm glad darn on Disney has stepped in and has put a stop to this. Darn on Disney said, wait a minute now, we shutting this down. Now I think they still going to go through with Gambit because Gambit has easy backstories and storylines because, once again, with all these directors, they don't have no originality. They don't want to create anything new. They keep recycling old past storylines and bring it forth. That's why I say they would have been better off hiring me as a casting director and giving them some darn on content. Because you telling me the top 10th most powerful is mutant. And still ain't getting a movie, but we're entertaining a darn on character called Gambit, who is only known for darn on his seductress charm. He has the power of seduction, and he has the power to throw cards that can explode. That's it. That's it. I'd rather have a darn on storyline with Jubilee versus darn on Gambit. But once again, this is darn on sexist Fox, who would rather have a mere darn on level 1 mutant darn gonna have a whole movie versus the darn on Omega level mutant named Storm. They rather cast a biracial person to play it before they even cast a brown skinned person. And it's so yeah, it's just blatant racism across the darn on board. Y'all tell me y'all thoughts on it, and that's all I have, because we can go all day with this. And I understand biracial women's frustrations. And I'm going to split this video up because, once again, we already at 15 minutes, and to go into it will be like a half hour plus discussion of biracial characters that Alexandra Shipp could play. That she, and like I said, she could easily play Cyclops, and I'm going to do a comparison of her to Cyclops right now. So as you can tell, she looks closer to Cyclops. And because my thing is this, if she can play darn on Storm, despite the fact that she does not fit the height requirement, does not fit the personality of Storm, does not fit the skin tone of darn on Storm, why can't she play a character that's technically half a... I mean, once again, darn on Cyclops is white. Darn on Alexandra Shipp is over 50% white, her darn on self. She got the body shape of Cyclops. The mannerism and personality look more like darn on Cyclops than darn on me. But once again, there's other characters that she could have played, like the Catwoman. I guess we is going to go into this discussion. Catwoman was originally played by Eartha Kitt, which was a very fair-skinned, racially ambiguous black woman. So Alexandra Shipp could have played Catwoman over on DC, and it would have been a better fit. Because, like I said, Halle Berry. Okay, I forgot. I did say we were going to bring it back to Halle Berry. Halle Berry got miscast for darn on Catwoman, and this goes to show you can have an excellent actress, and if you darn on is in the wrong character, it is never going to work out. Because darn on Halle Berry was too dark, in my opinion. Darn on Eartha Kitt was a red bone. Halle Berry is brown skin, you know, a caramel tone. And now, so she went from playing somebody too dark who did not embody the sex appeal and the athletic abilities of darn on Catwoman to darn on not being able to embody the darn on wisdom, the maturity, yet still unapologetic badass that can still do hand-to-hand combat. So you darn on being cast as two darn on characters who is known for their darn on fighting skills, and Halle Berry don't got no bit of fighting skills. She sucked at darn on playing darn on Catwoman, was too dark for the role, and was too light for darn on Storm. But Alexandra Shipp would have been perfect for the darn old role of Catwoman, if you was for that particular movie anyway. Another character that is not brought up, but I want to say her name is Queen Bee of Zazzala. Once again, I might be mispronouncing that. Let me Google search it. Queen Bee of DC Comics. Okay, Queen Bee, I'm going to include her somewhere right here. Alter Ego Zazzala. So, right there, that character, which would be new as far as DC Comics and Marvel go. Now, this is under DC. You can easily cast, I would say, Cassie for the role. Alexandra Shipp, and I would even go to say Beyonce's older sister, Bianca Lawson, and that would be more befitting, you know, the Beehive, Bianca Lawson, Queen Bee of Zazzala. I want to say it's Queen Bee of Zazzala. Once again, let me darn on go to darn on Wikipedia right quick and see what it is. Okay, it's just saying Zazzala. Where am I getting Queen Bee of Zazzala from? Oh, it's Queen Bee of Zazzala. Biallya, and that would be annotated. You also got Queen Bee Beatrice. There's several Queen Bees. So the light skinned crew can darn on play the darn on beehive, literally. You can even throw Beyonce up in there for darn on good measure. So it's like you have roles for biracial characters. Matter of fact, let me darn on look up one more, which I would say a black character can play that's light skinned. Because I feel that the problem is light skinned people feel left out, and then they get casted for dark skinned roles, and then we get left out. And then now light skin fulfillment has been satisfied at dark skin expense. Because we're all looking for the token character. And then the problem is when they create these characters, like, once again, flashback to this character right here.
And I'll be right back.
When they make new characters, such as darn on RiRi Williams, they make the darn on character extremely dark, that's darker than the average black person. And then it's like Kelly Rowland will be the lightest person to be able to play somebody like that. But then you just go to somebody who's straight up biracial. I don't understand that. You cast a darn on, you make a character that is chocolate, that is, you know, it looks like you have to go to Zimbabwe to get an accurate depiction. But then you darn gonna cast somebody who's like darn on porcelain. Like I said, you can't tell me that this is not done on purpose. That's why I say I don't understand why we, out of all these characters that you could bring up and make original storylines, maybe they don't know how. Once again, I'm available. You can just hire me as the casting director to get these storylines and stuff out right. But I'm supposed to be looking up one more person right quick. Let me look up one person right quick. Like another one, Vixen. Oh my God, they have a light-skinned person playing Vixen 2 on TV. Like, this just got to stop. Now, this is a darn shame. What in the world? Why am I seeing a darn a light brown-skinned sister look like she's on a TV show playing darn on Vixen? See, this is what I'm talking about. Once again, darn character was known to be darn a replica of let's say darn Kelly Rowland. Yet you got this girl playing her. Like I said, just say it all the way around. Even darn on Vixen is darn on miscast. This is a shame. This is just disgraceful. The few characters that we have, and then my thing is this: how come it's just with darn on black women though? Because I noticed that when they was thinking about a black darn Green Lantern is not originally black. He was made black just for PC purposes. But y'all was still able to get a chocolate person for that one. Y'all was able to think about casting Tyrese, Michael Knight, and all them. And I include a picture right here. And then when it came to darn on Cyborg, here's the darn on running for Cyborg. And then last Panther, you managed to get an accurate depiction of Black Panther. Yet when it comes to dark-skinned women, all of a sudden, we're going to the polar opposite end of the darn spectrum and darn casting somebody who's damn near white, who has a European ancestry over 50%. And you're telling me that this is not done intentionally? You telling me this is not done intentionally? You can cast somebody accurately as Michael Knight to potentially go up for the role of Green Lantern. You cast the role of Black Panther accurately, but Storm is getting cast by these folks. And I understand it's different directors, but this is just a systemic problem all over. Because like I said, I wasn't even familiar that Vixen was on a TV show, let alone being played by another light-skinned sister. And you wonder why black girls stay mad. You wonder why it feels like black women are the constant targets when black women are constantly being whitewashed every time you get a chance. And then as far as the biracial saying, well, what about us? We deserve representation too. Well, my thing is this: you have light-skinned characters you can play, and they're not being brought to the forefront. Like I said, the Queen Bee role could easily be played by Alexandra Shipp. Cassie could be played by any Bianca Lawson, anybody who fits that facial makeup. And like I said, Alexandra's so light, she could play a white character. She could play Cyclops. Vixen should have been played by somebody like Kelly Rowland, or a new actress who I would prefer, I guess if you want to bring a name to the character, you would have to make Kelly Rowland for Vixen. Now, Storm is actually more popular than Kelly Rowland or any black celebrity that you can name. So I don't even understand why we would even have to cast a huge name at this point in the game. See, at least with Halle Berry, I can understand that it was the early 90s. The late 90s, early 2000s. When she took the role of Storm, and Storm wasn't a household name known, worldwide by people who don't even look at comics. But now, where white people even dress up as Storm, you telling me we just can't cast a random person at this point in the game to play Storm? I don't understand it. How hard is it? I understand that my genetic makeup is very rare. You're not finding too many black people with a slender nose, high cheekbones, or oval face, athletically curvy frame. However, I don't think most black women wouldn't mind if Storm has a wider nose. We can make up with some subtle differences. If we was able to tolerate Halle Berry and Alexandra Shipp all this time, I don't think we wouldn't mind if there's a few flaws, such as, Lupita playing it, even though Lupita, in my opinion, is too dark. Also, it doesn't match up with the storyline because, once again, she was featured in Black Panther, and that's why I said people keep screaming Lupita, Lupita, Lupita. We need to stop doing the Lupita too, because we need to give roles to more than just Lupita. Lupita need to stop being the token black chick. Because once again, Lupita does not even fit the accurate depiction of Storm either. Now, even though she's of Kenyan descent, and Storm's supposed to be Kenyan, even though she has East African looking features such as myself, we would rather have her than somebody who is, 50% white, especially considering that Storm's genetic makeup is over 90% African. Lord, just explaining all this has got me tired, y'all. But once again, like I said, I grew up on Storm, so I am passionate about this, and it just pisses me off to see this. I'm checking my messages right quick, just in case y'all was wondering. But I think I'm going to close it out right here. Like, dang, I've already done pushed the half-hour mark. But like I said, it's finally going to get better, I guess, because Disney now finally got it after all these years. We finally got all the characters under one umbrella. Also, some people were saying Angela Bassett. Now, Angela Bassett would be a perfect person. Because mature-wise, she fits the role of Storm. Athletically, she's built. Angela Bassett, despite the skin... See, if you have enough criteria of several other things, I can ignore the fact that you might be just on the very light end of Storm. Because darn on Angela Bassett fits so much criteria of everything else. The darn on features are there. The darn on the mannerism of Storm is there. The problem is, once again, Black Panther. How is Storm going to be both Storm and her stepmother at the same time? Because Storm was briefly married to Black Panther. So how are you going to explain that Storm is being portrayed by somebody? And so now you would have to also set Storm to be like mid-30s. Now people keep darn on thinking Storm is really like 60-something, and that's not the case. I mean, even in the comics, she was not in her 50s or 60s. She had natural white hair from birth. So even that scene on X-Men, I didn't understand turning Storm's hair darn on white when Storm was born with white hair. See, that just like I said, just complete bullshit. They got darn on directors who don't even take time to even do accurate research on the darn on characters. Which is why I say they might as well be better off hiring me to darn on be the casting director for these darn on roles. But anyways, Angela Bassett, I would say, would be too old to play darn on Storm for that reason. But if we had a mature Storm, she would definitely be the perfect fit. If you did not connect Black Panther to Storm, she would be it. But I would say give somebody a chance. Find a darn on middle chocolate sister, darn on that looks like me, darn on nose and all, and darn on give her a good darn on wig. I already got a stylist in mind. If y'all can't find them, honey, I'm available as well. My information will be down below. If you ain't gonna call me for the casting darn on directing call, honey, you can darn on at least book me. I'm a licensed beautician, baby. So I can darn on whip up a darn on good wig too. Hello. So with that being said, Tokyo Styles. Don't recycle that Klansman wig. Now I don't know why you. I try to keep my opinions to myself about my fellow gays, and because, like I said, this is reasons why I don't fool with fellow members of the community. But I will give him this: he does make a good wig 8 times out of 10, and he can easily make a good platinum wig with a decent part. Now, if y'all can't get darn going, Tokyo Styles, I got another recommendation. Chonglit, I want to say his name is. I don't know why his name sounds Chinese. He's a black person too, but let me look him up right quick. Chonglit. It will be floating around here. Chonglit did it. That's what Chong Li did it. Once again, I don't know why his name is Chong Li though. It sounds Chinese, but he looks black. I guess he might be half Asian. I don't know his ethnic background, but phenotypically he's more blacker than me. He's just light skinned. Very sexy as well. But he makes good wigs too, and his wigs be better than Tokyo's as far as the parting go. Like, I would get a wig from him before I get a wig from Tokyo. Now, I would go for Tokyo as far as if I wanted a blonde wig though, because he's the one that can actually give a realistic blonde. Like, shoot, and honey, if it takes another several years to cast Storm, you might can cast this girl over here. Shoot, I'm gonna get once I get these darn on girls worked on in the next several years. So depending on how long it takes to make a Storm movie, I might darn gonna go out for the role of Storm. I don't see why I can't. because realistically, I fit the darn on. The only thing, I'm flat as Lupita Nyong'o up here. Shout out to my flatsy patsies, but once I get some 300 cc's up and through here, and we have the downstairs worked on, your girl might go out for darn on storm. You never know. But yeah, those are my thoughts all over the discrimination and racism with darn on Fox, and hopefully DC turns it around. And once again, breaking down the characters, and once again how they're not being portrayed accurately, because it's not like you don't have light-skinned, racially ambiguous characters that you cannot bring forth that would be something refreshing and new to see, where it will be acceptable for Alexandra Shipp to play. But instead you keep using these popular characters, but it don't do you no good, because you darn gonna be miscasting them. And you wonder why you don't darn gonna win in the box office. You wonder why Black Panther did overwhelmingly successful, but darn gone Wonder Woman was a flop. Wonder Woman is the darn gone first darn gone female superhero born in it was either 1939 or 1941. She stands up there in the trifecta between darn gone Batman and Superman. Yet, despite the overwhelming history of darn gone of Wonder Woman, y'all couldn't even accurately cast her right. Like, I don't understand this PC mess. See, now when it comes to them, when it comes to certain people, they want to be PC. You cast a Hispanic woman to play a clear white woman. You can't. What was the reason of casting darn on a Hispanic woman to play somebody who actually is white? The darn on Diana is Greek, so I don't understand why you have somebody of color even playing a white woman that is notoriously known to be a descendant of a Greek god. And then the darn on thing, like I said, physical wise, didn't fit the role. So it's not just black people who get miscasted, but darn on white folks are getting miscasted as well. Wonder Woman was miscasted. Darn on Mystique was darn on miscasted heavily. Because I don't understand, once again, the blonde hair fetish was the only thing that got Jennifer Lawrence hired. But once again, this is what happens when you have darn on... You don't have a voice at the directing call that can darn on get these people together and say, what in the hell are you doing? Why are you casting this person? This person don't meet the feature wise. They don't meet the darn on cut. The acting is not down par. Once again, I don't know why they are not hiring the right people. Like I said, it's a popularity contest in Hollywood. They keep staying with the same people and you keep getting the same results. Once again, you're not going to be able to change darn on the law of physics. And you're not going to be able to change darn on insanity. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you want to keep getting the same result. Where else with darn on Black Panther, you keep seeing that black people have the spending power. Black people made darn on Black Panther where it was. But you just kept depending on Diana. Which, once again, black people love Diana, too. You don't get it. You have more black people who know Wonder Woman than you have darn on Storm. But the fact is that you wasn't even able to darn on cast your own people right. And that turned out to be a flop. So these people on both sides. So that's why I say it's not even a Fox thing. It just goes throughout the whole industry. And even on DC, there's still some miscasting. But what gets me with Fox is... Fox is intentional with their bullshit. Where else with darn on DC, they just darn on just don't know how to cast right. But with darn on Fox, you're just going out your way to cast people who is not even remotely qualified for the role. Lord, I know it got me a little head cold talking about this. But y'all know what to do. Y'all leave y'all statements down below. Let's get this discussion going on. I know this video is going to be long. It's over 40 minutes. But I had to break everything down in detail. I had to pull clips and everything else. But y'all, if y'all stuck with me, shout out to y'all. Leave y'all discussions down below. Share me. And also share this to the darn on people as well. And I'm talking about share this to Marvel. Share this to Fox News. Share this to DC, Justice League, your comic books. Share this to everybody that needs to be shared to. Hell, even share this to the darn on actresses so they know that I'm not darn on getting on them in any way, because it's not Alexandra Shipp's fault that that she was casted for. Now it is her fault that she's an asshole, that she thinks she's entitled, that she don't have to darn on look at her fellow sisters. But let something darn on happen to her, she be the first one talking about, oh, black lives. No, don't scream Black Lives Matter now, honey. You didn't care for the chocolate sisters when you was darn on putting them in the unemployment line. You didn't darn on care for the chocolate sisters when you was twirling up on that darn on alleged dick for the darn on roll, and you caused the chocolate sister the darn on roll. So don't darn on get to screaming Black Lives Matter when something happens to you, boo. But once again, there are accurate roles for you. So y'all go ahead and share this to her ass as well. Share this to Bianca Lawson. Share this to everybody so they know what roles they actually they can go out for. Darn on command that these darn on characters get the darn on accurate depiction that they deserve, and you will get the accurate viewership. Once you get accurate darn on depiction, accurate viewership, and darn on original storylines that does not darn on seem redundant, then you can get darn on authentic darn on views. But once again, y'all leave y'all additional suggestions below, and I'll see y'all soon with more videos. I done talked 40 minutes darn on too long.